Okay, here I am again tonight because I'm bored and I have a crown on my head because my crown was never crooked. And I'm gonna talk about my love life. Let me show you one of my quote unquote boyfriends, what he sent to me before a date. Okay, my mother, who is a smart woman, said that she believes that I started having mental problems of many sorts, like anxiety, panic attacks, depression, stuff like that, when I seriously started dating guys, which was in my early 20s when I was at the beginning of the university, like second year of the university or things like that. But my crown was never crooked. Okay. My first serious boyfriend, his name was Andre. 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 And we dated for a year. He was kind of obsessed with me and he was pathologically jealous to the level that he was jealous of my mother. He was jealous of my dog. He was jealous of every fucking body around me. For a year, he didn't let me go for a coffee with my girlfriends without him showing up. He didn't let me. And he had and once he ran into my friend's brother in the supermarket. He knew my friend, but he didn't know the brother. And he said, I'm sure I saw Yura's brother in the supermarket. They're so alike. They're not alike, but family, something is similar. And I took my phone and I texted that guy, were you in this and that supermarket? Because my boyfriend, who doesn't know you, thinks he saw you. And he said, yes, I was. That's so amazing. I never saw your boyfriend neither. And I never saw your boyfriend neither. And that's so funny. You should hire your boyfriend to work for FBI and find criminals. Uh, uh, Find criminals in the supermarkets. And I told it to my boyfriend, and he was so upset because of that it resulted. Penelope asked, will this video be saved? Yes, it will be saved. Every video is saved on my channel, don't worry, so you can watch later. He was so upset and it escalated in such a big fight that I was beating him with a wooden chair. We got back together, of course, like all the ridiculous high ratio with all the ridiculous couples do. Of course, we got back together. Why not? He's nice. He's just pathologically jealous. And we were on holiday on an island, and he was a graphic designer, and he had to do something serious for his work and on the computer. And one day I said, look, oh, zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, zoom out. I said, you stay at home and you do that work, so we are free on holiday afterwards. I go for a drink with my mother. I went for a drink with my mother. And 5 minutes later, he came to the bar and yelled, it's an embarrassment that two women are alone in a bar. And it escalated in such a big fight at home that we were pulling doors. I wanted to get out of the room. And I couldn't. And somehow with pulling the doors, he kicked me with the doors like this. And I got blue under my eyes because blood from the forehead came under my eyes. Then I broke up with him and I reported him for some stuff. He was doing illegally, so he had to pay a fine because I'm a Petty bastard. When you destroy my face, I will destroy your finances, you motherfucker. Then I fell into a big depression. I'm not sure why. And then after that, I started dating a guy named Mattia. In English, it's Matthew. They called him Matthew because he lived abroad for a long time. So Matthew was great for first 2 years. He was the best guy I ever met. I loved Matthew more than I loved anybody in this fucking world. Why is this zooming like this? Not you, Matt, from the chat. Not you, Matt, from the chat. And one day, Matthew woke up extremely upset. And he was like, motherfucker! He woke up with words similar to that. And he was mad and angry for a month. And I was asking him, what's wrong? What's wrong with you, Mattia? And he didn't want to say. And I thought this will pass. Something happened which he doesn't want to share with me. He doesn't want to share it with his mother. He doesn't want to share it with anybody. So, okay. It doesn't matter. And he was angrier and fucking angrier every day. He was telling me he became verbally abusive. And my psychiatrist now, 10 or more years later, said I have PTSD from this relationship because I'm abused person. I'm mentally abused person. He was telling me I'm ugly. I talk nonsense. When some of his friends said, "Oh, you have a pretty girlfriend," he was like, "No, you didn't see well. You didn't see well. When you look at her from this corner, she's not that pretty." Instead of saying thank you. And he was fighting with all the people. He started to practice Krav Maga, not because of recreation. He wanted to use it against people. He even bought a fucking crowbar and kept it in his car to beat people. And once he threw it at some guy in the traffic while thank you, Roberto. Love you too. Well, he was driving me to work, and he was smoking too much weed. He was smoking weed more than regular people smoke cigarettes, and he was shaking when he was not stoned. And I waited for that situation to pass for 5 fucking years. For 5 fucking years because I love that guy. It makes me cry right now when I say that story, because I was with him for almost 7 years, and it was the most wasted 7 years of my fucking life. It was the most horrible 7 years of my fucking life. Once we were in the Netherlands, where he lived for a lot of years, and we were driving on the highway. I think it was between The Hague and Rotterdam. And he crossed the speed limit and he was stopped. It was me, his mother, and him. And the policeman stopped us and said, "You have to pay the fine of 200 euros. And he didn't want to pay the fine. He was fighting with policemen in English, Dutch, all the languages. He was mentioning Hitler and I don't know what. And me sitting in the car with his mother, who had money ready, she wanted to pay, he didn't let her. I understood through the glass of the car that policeman is saying that if we don't leave the car, we don't pay the fine, and if he continues to be this aggressive, that we're all going to jail and they're taking away our car. And I was like, I don't want to go to jail in Netherlands. And many occasions of that happened. And then through work, I met another guy, which was this. I met this guy, And Matthew called me. I didn't know we had to sign some contracts, me and this guy from the video. And Matthew called me, and I just said, I have to tell you something. He said, you're breaking up with me. I said, yes, because I started to like other people. It was the most fair breakup ever. And Matthew kept on sitting in front of my door. I live in a building, apartment building. He started to sit in front of my door for months. We had police, we had everything. And later on, like 3 years, we were in no contact. An unknown woman called me at Christmas in the night. My friend was at my house. We were like celebrating Christmas, drinking a bit. I got a phone call from a random woman, and she said, "Are you Nika?" Yes. She said, "You don't know me, but I'm Matthew's girlfriend. He has beaten me up, and he was in jail. I was in hospital." And I took that phone call with a little bit of like, because I wasn't never physically afraid of Mattia, never, ever in my life, because he wasn't physically dangerous. He was just verbally aggressive all the time. And I called him after a few years of no contact, maybe 3, I don't know. And because somebody's spreading rumors, calling somebody, people around on a Christmas Eve and telling them that somebody has beaten somebody up, that's a really nice thing to do. Roberto Peterson, thank you for asking me for a date. I'm not interested in dating at the moment. I have somebody. Anyways, and he said, of course I've beaten the bitch up because she didn't want to shut up. And I was like, the phone call was done. And I was like, oh yeah. Uh, he said she attacked him physically. And I was thinking to myself, she most likely didn't attack you, dude, because you told her she's smart and beautiful. You kept on telling her for hours that she's stupid, dumb, and ugly. What happened after that? The guy I played the video with. I told him I broke up with Mattia and that I'm fucked up because breaking up after so many years is always fucked up, no matter how fucked up the relationship it was. And he was with his yacht somewhere on some faraway island, and he said, give me your address, I must send you something. I gave him my address. I didn't know what he wants to send me, a postcard maybe. He sent me his sunglasses, which he took from his face, and wrote, I can be your hero, baby. And I ended up with that guy. He asked me after a while to move in with him. I was like, let's not be in a rush with that. Let's not hurry about that. I don't know. And then he went to Himalaya to find himself. Came back. I thought he's dead because he didn't tell me he's going. And after a while, he came back, while meaning 4 months, and thought everything is okay. Then he went to Thailand after a few months and said, Nika, fuck off everything. Come to Thailand with me. And I said, darling, we cannot solve all our problems in life by a new extreme trip. And it ended. I don't know how it ended. He got upset at me or something like that. And then I was dating this guy. Let me show you. He was a really ugly guy. I have a video. He was a rapper. Okay, he was a rapper and he had a serious drug problem. He said He said that he's an ex-heroin addict. But when we got the dudes together, we were in a Airbnb in another town at the coast. And he said to me, "You're near to my backpack. Open this and that pocket." And I opened the wrong. Give me the cream for the tattoo. And I opened the wrong pocket. And I saw so many drugs in there. I didn't see even in a show Breaking fucking Bad. And I just said, please don't die here. Please don't end up in mental institution, and let's not have a situation for going to hospital. And he was that kind of drug addict on who you couldn't tell when he's on drugs. He was just forgetting things like, was the dog out? Did we take the dog out? And we were out with the dog for 2 hours, like an hour ago. So it was just like that. And after 2 years of a relationship with that guy whose drug addiction I tolerated. I didn't accept it. I just tolerated. I found out he's married. And he lost his girlfriend, me, and his wife in the same day. And I'm so proud of his wife. When we all found it out what's going on, I'm so proud that she kicked him out of house. So he lost 2 in 1. Or 1 in 2. 2, 1. You understand what I mean? It was fucking horrible. I have this, and then after that, I met a French guy. I don't think I have a video to show, so I'll show Jared Leto.
Do you ever look at someone and wonder what is going on inside their head?
Hi, I'm the weird guy.
Roberto, I'm feeling okay, thanks. I'm glad you like to see me. What I was talking about. I met a French guy who was 51 years old. And he kind of forced me. It was a wonderful affair. I loved him so much. I have some videos, but I don't have it uploaded here. I loved him so much. He was like my soulmate, my twin flame. He was everything to me. And he treated me like a fucking princess to the level that it was stupid. For example, we were in a restaurant. And he was like, I said, those squids are a bit salty. He was like, does my darling want to change the restaurant? Like he was too... once I said, stop being so submissive to me because it's not necessary at all. Stop being so submissive to me. And he got mad because of the word submissive. And he kind of forced me to marry him, and I agreed after a while. And then he ghosted me. He ghosted me. I sent him 200 messages from I love you to death to I hope you're dead to what's going on. And after like 6 months, he said that because he has diabetes type A, which I knew about and which was pretty bad, that it cannot be my destiny to be with him, that he must be alone, that I don't deserve to be with somebody who is that physically ill. And meanwhile, I had some boyfriends, like the one called Fabrizio, who I sort of liked very much. He was too pretty for my taste. And he was eating lunches with my mother and spending nights at my house where I live with my mother here, and it was like a normal thing. And then one day he was celebrating 4 years of a relationship with his girlfriend. It was a celebration, engagement party. And you know what I did? I printed 52 pages of our text messages and conversations and hang it on her door. And he made that bitch believe that I typed it all out and made it all up. And she believed that. How can I not be traumatized? How can I not be afraid of new people? I met a new person recently. Oh, and funny thing, I went on a date with a famous Croatian movie director. He insisted on it. And date was great, great. We had so much fun, had a few beers. It was entertaining as fuck. At the end of the date, he asked me, do I like him? Zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, zoom out. He asked me, do I like him? I said, yeah, I quite like you. And uh, and uh, and he was and I asked, do you like me? And he was like, no, I don't. I said, why did I do something wrong? He was like, no, you have too big tits for my taste, and I could never see you sexually or romantically. I said, but we can hang out because you're hilarious. I said, I'm not a clown, and left. And threw the keys when I came home into the window, and I broke the window. One day. And when I see women being so ugly, fat, with bad breath, you know the smell of rotten ovaries? You know that smell? Being in happy marriages with successful people who are much better looking than them, holding them like a drop of an angel tear on their palm. I ask myself, what the fuck is so fucking wrong with me? I'm not a mean person. I'm not a disgusting person. No. I just need to have a horrible love life. I was born to have horrible love life, and now I have someone, a person, a specific person, how internet would call it. And I'm scared. I'm scared of today that that person that I care about so much will simply fucking disappear. There's nothing like a woman scorned. Sweet, sweet revenge. Hey, Tracy. Everybody fucked me up. I mean, some of the people I left, I had a younger boyfriend, for example, who was 7 years younger than me. You're scared to date too. I feel you, sister Tracy. I feel you. I had a younger boyfriend, 7 years younger, and I had to leave him because I felt like I was his mother. You know, that's different thing. And I left the guy when I found out his marriage. I left those people, and there were some random short relationships which didn't work out because we were different people, different interests, different everything. You know what I mean? But today I made a fucking decision. I'm 37. I fucking want a family. And by the end of this year, I'm married officially and I'm pregnant. Because later it will be dangerous. How do you not notice so many times that those people have other relationships? Because people are very good. I don't know why they do it. Of faking double lives. They're ready to rent 2 apartments. One for me, one for the wife. They're doing that. People are doing that. People are spending money on living double lives. It was actually just twice. Just twice? Is it a lot? Is it not a lot? And I say my crown was never crooked. My crown is fucking crooked. I've lost the feeling of value of myself as a woman, as a human being, because I've been treated like fucking trash. I'm not a slutty person. I'm not a prostitute person. I don't cheat. I don't do anything bad. You know what type of person I am? I'm the type of person who asks, darling, in the morning, do you want coffee in bed or you're coming at the table? Please dose by yourself milk and sugar because I don't want to fuck it up. I'm that type of person. My friends told me I'm too good. Maybe I should treat guys like shit. She treats guys like shit and is always happy, like moves in with them with no money at all, demands 5 beers per day, uh, puts all her makeup and beauty products in their bathroom and says it's expensive to have a girlfriend. And of course, I dated a guy who was using me for money. Like my mother, when she first saw him, she said, that guy wants to make you a baby because he thinks our real estate will solve his financial problems. It ended because he hit my dog because he got some bad news, considered work. And then I said his son from previous marriage is probably not his because it doesn't seem like it's his. We ended up that relationship. So if you have a bad love life, don't think you're the only one. Don't ever think you're the only one. I think I could mention some other guys, but I don't remember them. And one thing that didn't happen to me, never, fucking never, was that was the fact that I never had a one night stand. Like nobody ever fucked me and never contacted me again. That never happened to me. Maybe I didn't want to do it again because I didn't like the person enough. But everybody wanted me more than once, which is a kind of good thing to think about yourself. Which is kind of a good thing. I say my crown was never crooked. My crown is so fucking crooked. My crown is crooked. And I feel like a total piece of garbage. Because people in my life gave me garbage treatment. Without me really, really deserving it. No. It's not European way. It's just the fact that I'm not disgusting and I'm supposed to be. I've heard I'm good in bed. Like one idiot said, "Crazy chicks fuck the best." He said that about me. No, it's not American or not American thing. It's just me not having weird tits, not having weird ass, and not having weird pussy, which many women have. And I'm pretty free when it comes to my sexuality, so it's because of that. People like it. I can say it no matter how big-headed it sounds. Jimmy Rizzo, you're shitting again. You're so not interesting to me. So you can feel free to leave. In the matter of fact, I will block you on Instagram because I think you're an idiot. I'm blocking you. I'm blocking you right now because you're fucking annoying and I block. Yeah. And I will block you here. I blocked you here, Jimmy Rizzo. Because you're annoying as fuck. I hate people who think they're fucking funny. And they're not funny, they're just annoying and spamming. We're having here a conversation about relationships. You can share your experiences if you want, girls. You can do that. This is This is a safe zone. If somebody wants to join me on screen and talk about relationships, I will pass the link here in a chat, StreamYard link. I passed it. So you can join, girls, if you want. You don't have to show your face. You can just have your YouTube avatar and we can talk if you want to talk. I was, for 7 years, I was a Playboy columnist and I was writing about relationships. I was pretty young when I started. I was like 25 and they've let me to have a 4-page column about relationships because I dare to say I understand psychology pretty well. But Jimmy Rizzo is here again. Banned from studio. I do understand psychology, but when it comes to me, it's different, you know? You're never objective when it comes to yourself. And Jimmy Rizzo, you can finally fuck off because I'm annoyed by you. Sorry, nothing personal. You just annoy me. Your personality annoys me. You destroyed my last stream by talking bullshit, not showing your face, showing some primitively arranged room which nobody's interested in. I was talking about financial domination and you are fucking it up. So we're here to talk about fucking relationships. I think, I don't think, I believe it's a fact. Your boyfriend must be your best friend in the first place. I'm a sapiosexual. Intelligence is what matters most. It's what matters most. And good looks come as a plus. Somebody can be a beautiful photo, but I have nothing to do with that beautiful, beautiful photo if the person is dumb, not funny, not getting my jokes, not getting me. The most important thing is intelligence, brains, charisma, everything else. Looks are the last thing. I would never date a very older than 50 something, or a fat person, like obesity fat. I'm not fat shaming, it's just not my taste. Or I would never date somebody black or Hispanic, or I don't like dark haired guys. All of my guys were blonde haired. I simply like that. That's my preference. But intelligence comes first. And I don't know what I wanted to say else. I wanted to say something else, but I'm not sure. Do you have any questions or something like that? Do you have something to add, people in the audience? I see 10ish of you are watching, so if you have anything to say, you're free to say, because this was my story time, but it's a discussion, right? It's a discussion about relationships, idiots, people who cheated on us, people who betrayed us, people who were using us for money, and that guy. Where is the video of that fucking idiot? This guy was using him for enormous amounts of money. He was saying it was for his child support, and it was actually for his drugs. He wasn't paying child support because he was married and 2 weeks living with his wife and 2 weeks living with me. Yeah. And this is the verbally abusive guy.
We vowed our love would shield us from the fall. When you lost your situation, gypsies went home.
Okay, he's turned back so you can see him. Am I broken? Yes, completely. I'm completely broken. Am I hurt? Yes, I'm fucking hurt. Do I trust people? No. Trust no one. Is it easy to gain trust in people? No. It's fucking hard. If you want, you can support my tiny channel by donating on PayPal, Dirty Killa. You see the banner. I know you don't want to do that, but due to some circumstances, I'm unemployed and shit like that. I don't wanna tell my sad life story here. I'm pretty much changed to my room for the last 3 years because some bad things happened to me and I got PTSD. So how are you? I know people are always begging to donate to their stupid channels. So why the fuck I would not ask the same? PayPal me, Dirty Killa. So if you want to donate and sign your name. I will give you a big shout out. I know this is a small channel. I'm not a real YouTuber. I'm just a person who has the urge to talk sometimes, and some people like to watch it. I was working in the media for 14 years. I was lots on TV, and that's a habit I have to talk publicly. And I'm not ashamed of any part of my life. All those horrible, romantic things that happened to me. And once I was on a date with a professional kite surfer, Slovenian one. He asked me out. And you know what happened? We were walking down the street trying to find a free spot in a bar, and he was talking about something. And in one moment, he slapped me so hard that I almost fell on the floor. People were watching, like, what's going on? And he said, I'm sorry. I thought you were not listening to me. Number one, I was listening to him. Number two, maybe you're the most boring motherfucker in the world, and maybe I was not listening to you. Why would I? But it doesn't give you the fucking right to slap me on the street. And it was years ago, and I never forgave that person. I see him often, but I never forgave him. He apologized every time he saw me, maybe 20 times. I never fucking forgave him. As well as I didn't forgive my 7-year boyfriend for being verbally abusive towards me. That relationship ended me putting me up in a mental institution. Not for a long time, for 2 days. But when somebody is abusing you, you gotta fucking get out. It's hard to get out. It took me 5 years to get out. And I consider it the most wasted time of my fucking life. Okay, nobody's writing anything in the comments, so it means you have nothing to say, you have nothing to share. So I'll wrap this up and see you some other time. My children's crown is crooked. I love to say my crown is not crooked. But people, my crown is crooked.